Welcome to another installment of r/Maliciouscompliance. Today, OP gets fed up at his manager for telling him to clock out every time he needed to use the washroom. Before we get started, if you enjoy these Reddit stories, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you're new here, welcome. I make videos compiling Reddit stories from all sorts of different subreddits. As always, let me know which story you enjoyed the most and feel free to suggest a subreddit you think I should visit. Now let's move on to the first story of the day, which was posted by Garmdian. Always let the employee get a word in. TLDR at bottom. A couple years ago, I was working in a discount clothing store, the kind of store that would have their own brands who looked like popular expensive brands for a fraction of the cost. Now, due to this, we had low staff numbers, high staff turnovers, and archaic machines that ran on Windows 94. This also meant that we would have to do all price changes by hand, and that the scan tags on the clothing didn't work half the time, including sales which happened pretty much 24/7 there. We would have to figure out what the low poly image on the computer was, or try and scour the store to see if we had an item. On to the malicious compliance. We were big targets for tourists as most of our shirts were cheap and had Canada written in big letters on them. Due to this, I would frequently get the Bazarberets who would bring up 50 shirts to the counter and ask because they're buying all these 5 for $10 t-shirts, can they get some for free? After which, you'd tell them no, they'd buy 5 and leave the other 45 for you to fold. But we had one guy that took the cake. We were having a huge blowout sale happening to get rid of our overstock of a type of shirt that didn't sell well, and they were being marked down to 10 for $5. The company really wanted them gone to the point we were told to throw them on for free. However, like I said, we had to do the price downs by hand, and due to company policy, could not give them the deal until the sale adjustment was completed. So this guy walks in all bomb-tastic, sizing me and my other coworker up, while in his cheap polyester suit, wanting to buy around 20 shirts off of the problem shirt rack. Only problem is we haven't priced them down due to lack of materials and time, so they still read $5 each. Still a pretty good price for a shirt. He slams down the shirts. We greet him with the salesman smile plastered to our faces, asking him if this is everything, etc. when he cuts us off. He demands that we shut up and take his money so he can get out of, and I quote, this stank-ass mall. Of course, me being a decent person, I try to point out the new sale, and I was even going to honor it despite the lack of manners. But he wouldn't have it and said, don't feed me your salesman BS. I just want my shirts and I want to leave. Is that too hard for your thick head to understand? So in classic malicious compliance, I ring up the shirts, take his card and carefully tell him and write on his receipt, no refunds. We couldn't do this on sale items anyways, and as all the items are on sale all the time, we could never take any items back. I enjoyed his face after the fact I put the 10 for $5 sign up on the rack he just purchased. He tried to fight it but ultimately lost and security dragged him out for trying to throw a punch at me in anger. This one stuck out, but man, did this sort of stuff happen all the time at that store. Thankfully, I've moved on from that job and now have a comfy spot at another store with great bosses, coworkers, and functioning automatic price systems. TLDR. Rude guy doesn't let me tell him about a sale for the items he's buying and ends up getting dragged out by security for trying to assault me. The wonders of working in retail. I never understood why people have to be so rude to retail workers. This is why I believe everyone should work retail at least once in their life. I've done it for at least 7 years and I will never go back. Our next story was posted by babedolph_Holtler. They told me to clock out when I go to the bathroom, so I did. I was a dishwasher for a local pizza joint. Not the most respectable of jobs, but hey, money is money. I'm a damn good worker. I show up 10 minutes early every day, never take off, and I get stuff done. I can put up with a lot of nonsense, but this place was getting to me. One thing after another. Most importantly, the manager was the most snarkiest, condescending man I've ever met. This is important to the story. I have IBS issues, but it's never a problem because I use the washroom before work. Today, I needed to use the restroom during work hours, which I don't usually do. I was in there for 10 minutes tops. The place was a ghost town. I didn't even have a fork to wash. I would literally stand there waiting for something to be used so I can clean it. I came out of the restroom and was curtly informed that I needed to clock out next time I used the restroom. What? Okay, fine. I laughed it off and said I would comply. I just wanted to continue my shift and mind my own business. Here's the fun part. The manager and assistant manager decided it would be a fun game to make fun of me. They're adults, mind you, hence the snarky condescending part. They were loudly talking behind my back intentionally so I could hear them, and said something along the lines of, "Yeah, OP thinks it's funny when I told them to clock out when they use the restroom." So I turned from what I was doing, literally standing there waiting for dirty dishes, and look at them in disbelief. Two grown men thought it would be funny to poke fun at a dishwasher. They look at me and say, "Isn't that funny, OP?" I say no, I don't find this funny at all, and turn back to my incredibly busy post. The manager then proceeds to gleefully sing out, "Hey, I'm clocking out to use the restroom. Just wanted to let everyone know." This was typical for this guy. That was the last straw. Right as it was getting busy during dinner, when I would usually be swamped with dishes, I go to the manager. I say, "Hey, just wanted to let you know I was clocking out to use the bathroom." He was busy, so he just gave me the look of, "Okay, you can go potty now." And I said I would be returning home to use the toilet at my house, and it shouldn't be a problem because I was off the clock. He started to argue and I just left. Not my problem since I was off the clock. F that guy. I may get some crap for leaving them in the lurch, but I honestly don't feel bad. They had it coming. This was only one instance of my patience being tested by this snarky butt munch of a man. On the off chance that he uses Reddit and recognizes me, you're a snarky, condescending butt munch. Just wanted to make that clear and direct, just in case. TLDR. Worked as a dishwasher, was told to clock out when I went to the bathroom, even while we had no customers. Manager decided to test my patience. I clocked out to use the restroom when it was busy, and used the restroom at my house. I didn't come back. I was off the clock. Yeah, you know what? F this guy. What kind of manager makes you clock out to use the washroom? I'm not too sure about the laws in the US, but in Canada, everyone is entitled to a 15-minute break regardless of where you're working. And the number of breaks go up depending on how long your shift is. I hope OP files a complaint and pursues legal action because I think he does have a case here. That concludes this episode of r/maliciouscompliance. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe as this all really helps my channel grow and pushes me to create more videos. Also, I'll be posting videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so make sure you turn on notifications to be notified for my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.